पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी न्यूयॉर्क की एक अहम व नुमाइंदा तंजीम अमेरिकन पाकिस्तानी एडवोकेसी ग्रुप APAG ने न्यूयॉर्क सिटी की मेयर की उम्मीदवार कैथरीन गार्सिया की 22 जून को होने वाले प्राइमरी इलेक्शन में तायद व हमायत का ऐलान कर दिया है। यह ऐलान अली रशीद की क़यादत में APAG के अहदेदारान ने डाइवर्सिटी प्लाजा जैक्सन हाइट्स पर कैथरीन गार्सिया के हमरा मुश्तरका प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस से खिताब के दौरान किया। प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस से खिताब के दौरान कैथरीन गार्सिया ने यकीन दहानी करवाई कि वो अगर मेयर मुंतखब हुई तो उनकी इंतज़ामिया में पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी के अरकान को सिटी इंतज़ामिया में अहम किरदार अदा करने के मौके फराहम किए जाएंगे। आइए APAG और कैथरीन गार्सिया की मुश्तरका प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस देखते हैं।
Today we are here only for one reason, and we are here for Kathryn Garcia. But before we begin our program, as a Muslim and as a Pakistani, we want to start our program with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the name of God. So I'd like to request him, Kathryn Garcia Sahab, to recite Quran. Please, thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ما كان محمد أبا أحد من رجالكم ولكن رسول الله وخاتم النبيين وكان الله بكل شيء عليما. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Kathryn Garcia Sahab. We appreciate it. Today we are surrounded by esteemed community leaders, colleagues, and friends. We join together to support the progression and advancement of Pakistani American and Muslim community. I have always been an advocate for the Muslim communities, for marginalized groups, immigrants, minorities, refugees, and anyone in need. With that same purpose and intention in mind, we founded the American Pakistani Advocacy Group. Our three focus core actions are to engage, empower, and elevate our community. Since APAG inception, we have pioneered and participated in diverse range of efforts and projects. During the height of the pandemic, and with New York City as the epicenter, we packaged, delivered, and distributed over 60,000 of grocery package to people in need. We provided Ramadan grocery distribution. We supported our brothers and sisters in 2020. We organized voter and census registration to ensure proper representation. And recently, we've been working very hard to make sure our community get registered to vote for the June 22nd primary. The deadline just passed May 28th. APAG developed educational literature in ranked choice voting. We have worked with our ethnic media, with many of you here, to promote ranked choice voting, which is going to be happening in this election. You could rank up to 5 candidates of your choice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you could rank 1, but it's always good for democracy to rank 5 candidates. Also today, as we join together, you could see diverse South Asian, especially Pakistani American community and Muslim community come together to display number and strength. We call New York City our home. Some of are born here, some are raised here. One thing that we can all agree on, there is no place like New York City. As a Pakistani American growing up, I have experience is not what other people are going to experience, because the time has changed, and now is the time to make sure that Pakistani American community gets represented where it needs to. The COVID-19 pandemic has left our city in a state of distress, impacted by loss, whether it is loss of loved one, home, business, employment. And in this time like these, that requires unity and togetherness to overcome. In addition to the priorities conveyed by the Pakistani American community, the New York City next mayor will oversee massive recovery effort that will require expertise, bold, and detailed actionable plan. We stand here today united for the purpose of endorsing the candidate best suited to represent us. And that candidate is Kathryn Garcia. And before we begin, we're going to have a couple of our board members a quick speech. So tell about the Kathryn Garcia, and then we'll have Kathryn Garcia speak. So I would like to invite our board member Naveed Chaudhry to say some few words.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone and good evening. I welcome you all here, and I especially thanks to all APAG members, board members, executive director, and I especially thanks to Garcia. She take out her time from her busy schedule. This was the last minute, so thank you very much for coming. And we are here today endorsing her, and we are standing with her. She was standing with us when nobody was standing with the Muslim community, all other candidates. Nobody was standing with us, so she was standing with us, and she is standing with us. So now is our turn to return and stay with her and give her the vote and make her as a mayor of New York City. And she is willing to work with all the community, with all the people, and she is willing to give the opportunity they deserve, like wages, jobs, affordable housing, health, insurance, and necessary reforms, and many more things. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a question. We'll take the question later. Now I'd like to invite our another board member, Amin Ghani, to say, Amin Ghani.
Hello everybody. I'm not really much of a talker, but I'm here right now just for Kathryn. So we're here for Kathryn, the next mayor for New York City. She's a tough cookie. She ran the sanitation department in New York, which is a hard job, and she's the only one that says something about our Palestinian children that are getting killed over there, getting hurt. So we're here to support her. Everybody go out and vote and support her, Kathryn Garcia. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the short speech. Thank you. I would like to invite to say a few words.
Thank you. Sorry, Sorry about that. Sorry. Can you hold this, please? All right. Sorry, just a second, it's not working.
All right.
Just give me a second.
I'll have one of our youth leader who's been doing a lot of stuff, Sultan, to come and say a few words. In the meantime.
As everybody said, Kathryn, you're a tough cookie, you're a New Yorker, you're one of us, and we're proud to stand with you in this upcoming election. On behalf of the Pakistani community and the American Pakistani Advocacy Group, we stand behind you and we hope that we can take this to the finish line.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sultan Rashid. Now we're going to have our, Arab Javed to say some few words. Arab?
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. I would like to say a few words about Kathryn Garcia. She's not only helped communities before her campaign, but will also be doing more with her position as a New York City mayor. Not only helping the average New Yorker, but proving that no matter where you come from or who you are, you can make a difference. You can help and not to let anyone stop you.
See, APAG, all its members doing very short speeches, so we can get through the program. So thank you for that. Now I'd like to invite our APAG member, Zaheer, to say a quickly few words.
Hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. Good evening. My name is Sahar Khan. I'm the Director of Community Outreach with APAG. Kathryn Garcia, she has been a proven leader from time to time again. She has come out during all the crises and proved herself with innovative ideas and long-lasting goals that have been effective. We know in New York City, one of the major crises we have is housing. And I've worked as a housing counselor, which NYCHA and Housing Connect, and I know what the low-income families go through. And I know this is the only candidate that we have that has worked hands-on experience with housing. She has been an interim chair with NYCHA, which is the largest housing authority in the country. That being said, I know that she has and she will accelerate ideas and programs into the housing that will help reduce people from the streets as well as shelters. So we welcome you and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to tell everybody our process for choosing Kathryn Garcia. First of all, I was part of the coalition, we sent all 8 mayor candidates a questionnaire. They had the questionnaire, they sent us the questionnaire back, we had the forum with all 8 candidates. And then after having the forum, we interview everybody one-on-one. And as everybody know, and I want to point that out, Ramadan just finished, and during the last 10 days of Ramadan, we had something that transpired in Middle East. That does not affect the policies, and that's not the job of New York City Mayor to issue the policies for foreign policy. But it really hurted a lot of Muslims what was going on in Palestine and in Middle East. It was really, really heartbreaking, because there were so many children who died in Palestine, and a lot of the elected officials who claimed that they were community friends, they came out in support of only on one side. They never gave the support for Palestine. And Kathryn Garcia didn't issue no statement, but in our one-on-one call that we had with Kathryn Garcia, she mentioned that she felt what happened to the children who died. She feels for it, and she stands for peace. She stands for two-state solution, which is the right thing to do. And as American Pakistani Advocacy Group and all of our members, we stand for peace. That's what we're here to do. And as a Muslim, our Islam, our religion teaches us to be peaceful, teaches to help our neighbor, teaches to work with our neighbor. So that made a lot of huge impact of why we are endorsing today. So after we did that, we had a one-on-one with our whole group. What she has told us, that if she become mayor, she will have Muslim and Pakistani in the transition team. If she become mayor, she will have Muslims and Pakistani as a senior staff members in her administration. She will work with the community closely. She will stand with us. There's a lot of community centers that's needed for Muslims. There's a lot of community for discretionary funding that's needed, that's not for South Asian and Muslim community. So she has promised us all of that. She has promised that she will stand against Islamophobia. She will stand against anti-hate crime. So we are not doing this endorsement just a simple endorsement. We have worked with her. She has promised us that she will be there and she will stand with us. We don't want to have a same situation what just transpired. Again, I want to mention, because a lot of Muslim organizations, a lot of Muslim people are hurt right now, because all these elected officials, they came and they only stand with Israel. Why not Palestine? Why don't you stand with both sides of the story? Listen to the both sides of the story. And it should be peaceful. It should be for the better of it. So that being said, this is a long process. It took us almost 3 months to go through this whole process. And APAG doesn't usually endorse anybody. We take a long way before we endorse anybody. And we found that Kathryn Garcia is that person, is that hope for the New Yorker who will represent us, who will represent the Muslim, who will represent the South Asian, who will represent every New Yorker, not just us, because she's the mayor for whole New Yorker. So that being said, I would like to request our mayor, next New York City Mayor, Kathryn Garcia, to please accept American Pakistani Advocacy Group endorsement. And please give a round of applause for Kathryn Garcia.
Oh, I want to thank you. I want to be the next mayor of New York City, because I want to make sure that we are unifying all of our communities, because we need to come out of COVID strongly. We need to come out. We've had so much trauma over this last year. Our children have been isolated. Our seniors have been isolated, and many of us have struggled economically. We don't get better if all of us don't get better, which is why I am running for mayor, because this is a moment when we come together, there will be strength in our diversity. And I can tell you, as an adopted child in a multiracial family, I saw how important diversity was at the dinner table. And occasionally they did steal all my Oreos. But I also saw how people would be treated differently based on the color of their skin, and all their talents not fully appreciated by people. And I am thrilled to accept this endorsement, because New York is stronger when it is diverse. When we are treating people with respect, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their religion, and that we have so much to offer. If you are in Queens, This is the most diverse place on the planet. I can't remember now how many languages.
Over 200.
Over 200 languages. So I have a little bit of work to do to catch up. But I want to be the mayor who's bringing back this economy, that's supporting small businesses, that's getting government out of your way so that you don't have to go to 8 different agencies before you open a restaurant and sell a bowl of soup. That you are not impacted by lots of fines and fees, that you are not burdened by more bureaucracy, but actually we are supporting you with new loans. But I also want to talk about children, about what the children are going to need in this coming year. Because it's not only the fact that we've got to catch many of them up, we've got to accelerate their learning, but they also need art and culture and music and theater so that we are developing those critical thinking tools so that they can be the best future New Yorkers for a 21st century economy. And I really look forward to working with all of you, because I do want my administration to reflect the variety that is New York City. Because when you are hearing from all of the different communities, you actually do better. And I have been at the front lines of many of our crises, whether or not that was during Superstorm Sandy or during COVID, responsible for food. And I have to tell you, thank you for all that you did for your neighbors, because it's not easy, having been responsible for putting together a team that has now delivered over 230 million meals. We kept people from going hungry. You did, I did, and many other organizations like this. But I also know that we need
And we self-funded.
And you self-funded. But I also know that we need to make sure that we are being respectful of all of our communities, that there should be halal food in every public school as we go forward. It's not great if a kid's not eating. We know that makes it so they can learn, and they can't eat if it doesn't meet their religious needs. But I am a born and bred Brooklynite. I love this city. This is why I'm running. I'm not running for the title of mayor. I'm running to do the job of mayor. And I look forward to serving you come January 1st. And you know what? It's time for a woman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.